Hello, hello. We are live for the pricing exercise in the Web Strategy Facebook group dedicated for the masterclass, the Anchor masterclass we have tomorrow. So let me know if you can hear me well, if you can see me well, and let me know where are you watching from, where are you based right now. So I would like to make this exercise interactive as much as I can. So let me know in the comments that you're here with me. I see people joining me. And today we are going to do the exercise, okay? Together. So I want all of your questions to be answered today. So if you have questions about how to set up your prices, your rates, and so on, please comment below this video so as to be able to see your questions. I can hear you based in Scotland. Hey, hello. How are the things in Scotland? Are you in a lockdown there? So let me know what issues you have with rates. Hello, Barbara, to Croatia. Love Croatia. I've told you before. So, okay, here we are. I will see your comments here as well. Gavin. Hello, Rosa. Hello. I can hear you and see you from Genova, Italy. Okay, so let's start today. So how we are going to do the things. I will go the training based on your questions, but if I don't get any questions from you, what I'm going to do is actually to go take you through my pricing processes and strategies to set up your prices, how to negotiate prices, and how to deal with people that they say that they cannot pay your rates or they would like lower rates. Hello to Bologna. Hello, Christina. How are you guys? What questions do you have me for today's topic? Let me know in the comments what you would like me to answer you today, okay? I have here my framework, again, what I would like to talk about, but definitely I would like, okay, to answer all of your questions. So take this advantage, okay, today to ask me anything about why you are here, okay? Why you are here, what do you expect me to tell you about pricing? What is your main problem when it comes to pricing? So your main problem is, for example, to set up your rates or to negotiate rates or to raise your rates or how much to charge, for example, to their clients and things like that. So use the comments below and let me know what is the main problem that you have with pricing already and your rates. What are your questions? What you would like me to answer you today? Take this advantage that you have me here live and let's start with the pricing strategies. So in the question, how should I know if I'm charging right, for example, and how should I set up my rates if you're starting out or if you're really starting out, more experience, and if you're not really satisfied with your rates, you do not know, for example, if you're pricing well or if you would like to raise your rates and you do not know how to do it, or for example, you do not feel comfortable with your rates or confident. So let's do it today. Okay, I'm going to talk about theory. I'm going also to share my screen. Hello, Flavia. To share my screen to show you some tools I have gathered for you. I hope that you'll find them really helpful. Also, for those that you have downloaded the 33 pages worksheet, there is also a link, okay, to pricing strategies there and how you should set up your rates. Okay, Barbara says, how to get a good rate when you're a beginner and don't have much choice. Hello from Hungary. Hello to Hungary. Hello, Flavia. Okay, Barbara, that's a great question, okay? When you're a beginner, you can start with the lower acceptable rates, okay, in order to gain experience. Even though if you feel confident enough to go for high rates, then you should go for them. What I did when I started out as a translator, I accepted the rates that we had here in Greece, but then soon enough, I realized that those were very low and I wasn't able to make ends meet. I wasn't able to pay my bills by the end of the month, even though I used to translate more than 8 hours per day. So then you realize that those rates are really, really low. Okay, Barbara. So what I suggest you, if you really want to gain experience in your first clients, then definitely you can accept those rates that are, but definitely make sure that they're the minimum acceptable, which means that based on those rates, you will be able to pay your bills, because otherwise, why to actually work if you cannot pay your bills? Okay. I know, Flavia, this is a very common question. Don't know how to raise my rates. I'm a bit afraid of losing clients. I'm going to answer that later. Garvin says, I'm looking to set up my freelance career. I have worked in-house. I'm struggling to establish my prices at a level that is realistic for my experience, but that will make a profit as well. So why your experience is how many years you're in the business? Even you're an in-house, Garvin, how many years you're in the business? Okay, so when we are starting out translators, we can start with some minimum rates, but in order to find out what are the minimum acceptable rates in our field, definitely I recommend you to make an online research and find out those rates, okay? And also it's really important when you start out to start with great projects and some reliable clients. So instead of worrying too much about rates, in your case, if I was starting out translator, I would most probably worry more about reliable clients, how to find reliable clients, how to find actually agencies that I would be able to trust, and then to negotiate the rates with them. Okay, because if the clients are really serious businesses, okay, and they are reliable and credible agencies, they will give you an estimate or in a budget that it's most probably okay, reasonable based on your experience. So the first thing that you need to do if you're a starting out translator like Garvin, you want to go from in-house to freelance, or you're just a starting out translator, you just graduated and you don't know how much to charge, the first thing you need to do is an online research, okay, to find out what are the minimum and maximum rates based on your language combination. How you can do that? I totally recommend you to visit PROS. There is also there that you can find the rates based on a language combination, minimum, maximum. Those are for freelancer and those that they want to work with agencies, okay? Those are not the rates that you should charge direct clients. So we do a specific, implement a specific strategy for agencies, even pricing and different for direct clients. So what I'm telling to starting out translators and agencies, those are specifically for agencies. They do not apply for direct clients. Garvin says, I don't have a lot of experience, less than a year. Okay, Garvin, that makes sense. Okay, you are a starting out translator then, Garvin. What I would suggest you is like Barbara, for example, to make sure that you have made an online research. You have found what are the minimum acceptable rates in your field so as not to undercharge for your services. Because the most common mistake I see from starting out translators is that they undercharge for their services, or they do not know how much to charge. So most probably some clients will take advantage over you. So what I would like to tell you is, first of all, okay, to refer to someone, a more experienced translator, okay, in your language combination, and ask them about the rates. If an agency, for example, gives you a rate or a budget for a project and you're not sure if this budget is the acceptable one, and if you're not going to undercharge them, definitely, okay, go and ask and get the advice of a more experienced translator, mentor, or someone in your field and language combination, okay? Secondly, you can definitely do on your own an online research on PROS, for example. There are the minimum and maximum rates, okay, or an average of the rates per language combination. I would definitely go and read that page on PROS so as to be able to know what rates I'm charging, and if the budget, for example, I'm suggested by that specific agency is the acceptable one, okay? So online research first. Secondly, we're going and we ask someone that is more experienced than us, and they undertake projects in our language combination so as to make sure that we have an idea of what happens in our field. Do not work alone, okay? I got my highest rate by asking people how much should I charge that specific client, okay? Christina says, I set my rates based on what I found on PROS, considering that I work mostly with agencies, it's fine, but when I work with their clients, I have no idea. Yes, Christina, that's another topic. So this is now we're talking about agencies, then I'm going to talk about direct clients, because with direct clients, Christina, we need to charge differently, okay, and quote differently the projects. It's a very huge mistake that I've seen even from presidents of associations, that they are charging the same rates they're charging their agencies, they charge their clients, and it's totally wrong, because that way not only we undercharge our services, but we also lower a whole profession, okay, nationally and international. So we need to make sure that those rates that we charge their clients are not the same with agencies. Otherwise, we undercharge our rates, okay? So Garvin says that is helpful. Thank you. I will do some research and speak to experienced linguists in my network. That would be really, really helpful. And you're welcome, Garvin. What I would do additionally to that, if I was a starting out translator, if I would work with agencies, there are many, for example, websites or forums that you can actually ask for a specific agency. So not only you can go to Blueboard on Pros and see the credibility and reliability of an agency, but you can actually go to Speaking Dolphins on Facebook group, or for example, Payment Practices, a forum where you can actually ask for a specific agency and get individual feedback on that specific agency by people that they have already worked with that agency. So definitely I would suggest you secondly to do that. So first of all, you need to look the market rates, okay, so as to know that you do not undercharge or overcharge your projects, and you're not taken advantage by agencies, okay, or bottom feeders. And then I would definitely recommend you to go and check for the credibility and reliability of an agency. How you can do that on Blueboard on Pros, on Speaking Dolphins, and other Facebook groups that are dedicated for such specific purpose, or actually by asking directly other translators, or why not Payment Practices. It's $20 per year. It's nothing, the investment, and you can actually get feedback, okay, for a specific agency. So first of all, we talked about how you can set your rates when you are starting out translator, how to find out what are the minimum acceptable rates based on your experience, okay, language combination and specialization. I already told you, for example, how to check out the credibility of those agencies, and now I would like to talk about direct clients. And then I'm going actually to tell you about the pricing strategy. So direct clients, why are they different with agencies? Because if we are going to charge the direct clients the same amount we charge for agencies, you can actually understand that then we lower the whole profession, we undercharge, okay, our services. Because if the agency charges 3 as much as the price that pays us, or twice, then by charging directly the direct client, the same price that we charge agencies is not very clever for us and for the whole profession in the future, okay? We need to take into consideration the whole profession, not only us. So very common mistake that I hear and that many translators do, they say I charge less so as to win competition and get more clients. Yes, but that way it will be very, very difficult for you to hire your rates in the future when you realize that you won't be able to make ends meet and actually pay your bills by the end of the month. And then you lower the rates for a whole profession, which means that you lowering your rates individually. And then if many people are doing the same as you, then in the future, in 5 years from now, you will see that the whole profession is going to be lowered. So instead of charging 20 cents, you will end up charge 1 cent, because that will be done and implemented by many other translators all over the world. So before doing such practices like beating the competition by lowering our rates or undercharging, we should take into consideration the whole profession, okay? This is why the first thing I tell you is to make a competition research and market research about prices, and also to check about what are the minimum acceptable prices in our profession, so as to make sure that you do not undercharge for your services, not only for you as a professional, because you will be really difficult for you to grow as a professional in the future, but also because that way you're lowering a whole profession worldwide, that it will be much difficult, okay, in the future, more difficult to actually hire our rates, okay, and our presence as translators in the future. So you need to take into consideration all of those aspects next time that you think that by lowering your rates you're going to get more clients. This is totally wrong, and that doesn't reflect also the reality, because I'm 13 years in the business, and I can tell you that clients, if they are serious about their business, okay, and if they want to invest an amount of money in their translation, okay, which means to grow their business, they won't go to the lowest rate, okay, they won't trust you if you are undercharging. They will go to someone that charges more, or at least in middle prices, rather than the lower prices. And I can tell you that from my experience, because whenever I give, for example, 3 choices of 3 specific packages of prices to my clients, I can tell you that they go for the highest one. So for example, if I give to my clients the premium packets, for example, the VIP packets or the regular standard packets, they go for the VIP, the highest priced one. Okay, so make sure the next time, for many reasons, do not undercharge your services. Okay, and also you need to find high-paying clients and better quality clients. By undercharging your services, you won't find high-quality clients, okay? You will find bottom feeders, and this is something that will not help you to grow in the future as well. So I definitely recommend you take into consideration what I've already told you. You can actually watch the recording if I'm speaking too fast for you, and actually you can use the comments to ask me anything if it's not clear yet. But I would really love to know if this is clear up to now, what I'm telling you. It's really important to know when you undercharge, okay, for your services. And then let's go for the direct clients. So I already talked about why is it important not to have the same rates, okay, with agencies and direct clients. And now we're going to find out how should we charge direct clients, because the market is huge, okay, with direct clients, and it's really difficult when we're getting into the direct clients market, like Christina asked me. So what I suggest you then to do, instead of going like on pros, there are no such platforms for direct clients, okay, to go and check for rates. What I would suggest you to do, there are many pricing strategies. I have already discussed that in the Ask Your Mentor Anything Live. You will find them on my YouTube channel and in the Mentoring for Translators group. So the main practice that I suggest you when you want to set up your rates for direct clients is based on your expenses, okay, and your life expenses, life level of living, okay, living expenses. So there is a tool in the Mentoring for Translators group. In the file section, I'm going to share right now my screen to show you, which is an Excel spreadsheet. It is suggested by the biggest associations for translators all over the world. So it's not something I came up with, okay, one day. It's a credible tool. I totally suggest you to use it. It's quite, it's not that simple because it has many fields inside to fill in, but it takes you step by step, okay, by filling out this spreadsheet to actually find out how much you should charge in order, okay, to make a profit or to gain the money that you would like to gain by the end of the month or by the end of the year, so as to be able to pay your bills and make a bit of profit. So this tool takes you step by step by okay, and entering there, inserting your expenses, okay, your bills, utility bills, and everything that you have, okay, as a freelancer and as a person. And then this tool, this spreadsheet, calculates, okay, your living expenses, and also the profit you would like to make, or for example, an amount that you would like to pay yourself, okay, as a salary by the end of the month. You enter all this information in that specific spreadsheet, and then you get into details how much you should charge, okay, monthly, yearly, and then you can divide it per hour, for example. And then by knowing how many words you translate per hour, you can actually find out your word rate, so as to be able, okay, to pay yourself the salary that you would like, okay, and you have inserted in that spreadsheet. How cool is that? So Alessandra Lisi says, I completed the series. It was a revelation. Great to know, Alessandra. Did you download it from the Mentoring for Translators group? Great tools, so rich in details and extremely useful. Great to know, Alessandra. Did you download it from the Mentoring for Translators? Are we talking for the same tool? Let me know in the comments. So yes, definitely, it's really useful to go through that tool, because it's really important to set rates, okay, based on your expenses and the life and the living expenses that you would like to make, and you have, and also you would like to make as a living, okay, so as to be able to pay your bills and actually yourself a salary that you would like. So one strategy is to set up our rates based on our expenses and living level that we would like to have. Secondly is the competition. And what I usually suggest my mentees is to do both. So why not to do at the same time, okay, competition market research, and actually fill in that spreadsheet so as to find out how much you should charge in order to make ends meet and be able to pay your bills by the end of the month, and also make sure that you're not undercharging or overcharging your services based on the competition. So I got a mentee of mine that she's based in North Carolina, okay, in the US, and she told me, I've been coaching several projects recently, and the clients coming back and telling me that I'm charging too high. Okay, Alessandra says she downloaded for the Mentoring for Translators group. Yes, definitely go visit. This is a totally free group. You will find those spreadsheets in French, Spanish, and English. In the files section, you can download them for free. So competition market research. So this mentee of mine, she came back and told me, I've been quoting projects recently, and most of my clients, they come back to me and they're telling me, for example, I'm overcharging or my rates are very high. And she wasn't confident of her rates, and she was thinking like maybe those are because my answer to that, those are not your ideal clients. And then why she told me, why not if they are my ideal clients, but I am overcharging. So how we're going to deal with that? Okay, and I can give you a solution to such questions, because most of you might have that question in your mind. Richard, I'm coming back to your comments, okay? So in such situation, what I really suggest you to do is to make a competition research, just to know if you are actually charging high enough for your clients, and those clients' messages to you that your rates are very high are true or not. And how you can find out that is by going and doing a market research competition. This is very easy. It's very easy to do it nowadays, because you can make an online research, okay, to your competitors' websites or local agencies' websites and find out their rates. And something really, they've been told me that most of my mentees, they've never thought that before. Why not to actually ask them for a quote, okay, as a potential client, to find out how much they charge, okay, for their projects, and how do they quote their projects. That would be really clever, and especially if you're doing a local market research, that would give you a great and a clear idea, okay, of your competitors' rates, prices, and also it will make you feel confident about how much are you pricing. Are you overpricing, or are you underpricing your projects? That then you will find, and you will have a great and clear idea of your rates, and also you will feel more confident about what you are charging your clients. So my opinion is the combination between the competition rates, okay, and the life expenses rate pricing strategy, a combination of both, okay. And other ways that you can actually charge your clients and set up your rates is based on the perceived value. Perceived value is the value that you give through your project to your clients. For example, if they get a highest fund through your translation, or if you are an urgent, they are in an urgency and you translate very fast something that they will provide them great value, then maybe you should charge higher. So another strategy is based on the perceived value. But in order to know the perceived value, you need to know your clients very well, okay? And you need to do the client avatar exercise that we've discussed before. You need to make a research about your clients and to make sure that you know them really, really, really well. And also, I've seen other colleagues that they're suggesting charging based on the volume of the project or based on the hours, because that might not be the case on the words, because might be less words, but the hours that it will take you based on the terminology to translate might be even more. So there are many, many other, okay, subcategories of strategies that you can actually implement to set up your rates. But if you would like my opinion, the best way to do it is the combination between those two strategies that I already shared with you, okay? To download the spreadsheet about the expenses and living expenses, okay, spreadsheet to set up your rates based on them, and also the competition market research, and based on them, actually in a combination, to find out what should be your rates. Definitely what I suggest to my mentees, especially those that are starting out, you should have a minimum rate that you will never negotiate underneath that, because you know if you go lower, you won't be able to pay your bills or survive as a business, okay, by the end of the next year, of the upcoming year. So you need to know what is that threshold, what is that minimum, okay, rate that you never should go lower than that. Do you know yours? Let me know in the comments, okay? You can comment your own. What is the minimum rate that you shouldn't charge less than that in order to make ends meet, in order to actually survive as a business? You need to know that number, okay? So Richard says, the issue is not that I don't know how to figure out what I'd like to earn. I know exactly what rates I need hourly or per source word to achieve my ideal income. Great, Richard. There are some translators that they don't. This is why I'm teaching that as well. The problem arises when I ask my potential clients for that rate. Nobody ever accepts it, and I have to either lower the rate or risk not having any projects at all. So, Richard, I think I've answered your question. So, in such a question, most common, you are not addressing. First of all, you need to make a competition, okay? Competition market research, and find out if your rates is okay in between those rates of your competition, so as to know if you're overcharging or undercharging your rates. So Richard, have you made Have you made such a research about your competition rates based on your language combination, specialization, and local agencies? Have you done that research about your competition rates, Richard? This is really important so as to make sure that you're actually charging, okay, the right amount to your clients. And then my answer to your question would be, you most probably address your services and those rates to people that they are not willing to pay those rates, so they are not your ideal client. So if you go back to the training we did last Tuesday about how to identify your target market and your ideal client, so yes, you have done that. So are your rates in between the competition market rates? How much higher or lower you charge from your competitors' rates, Richard? So most common, the answer to such problems is that we address our service and our rates to clients that they are not our ideal clients, because if they were, they would be able to accept our rates. Because during the exercise we did last Tuesday, one of the main questions in order, okay, to find out our ideal client was who is able to pay your rates. So Richard, if you go back and do the exercise we did last Tuesday, you will find it in the video section here in the group, okay? The recording, definitely, it will help you because it takes you step by step with the questions that you answer to actually find out who is your ideal client. Because nobody, okay, not all of the clients in the world are going to accept our rates, but there are clients for us, okay, that they will be willing to accept our rates, especially if you have done that competitors' rates research and you are not undercharging or overcharging for your services. Then most probably they won't find anyone else, okay, if your competitors there, they charge the same as you. Am I making myself clear, Richard? The rates I ask are average based on pro statistics and consulting with other linguistics in my language pairs. So most probably those people that they are not accepting your rates, you're not telling me if they are direct clients or agencies. Are they direct clients or agencies, those people that did not accept your rates? Most probably are not your ideal clients, because if you're charging the average rates, again, you've done the competition research and also with other language professionals, then most probably you're charging well. So if the clients are not willing to pay those rates, which are the average rates, then you should find other clients that they would be willing, okay, to pay your rates. Did you attend my workshop last Thursday? Because I'm doing an encore tomorrow. I hope that I will answer your question and how to find clients that they will be willing to pay your rates through my workshop. And also the 33 pages worksheet that I have shared with you. Richard, have you downloaded that? Because also that will help you actually to deal with those issues. You are not alone, okay? We've all of us been there, but once we'll find, okay, our ideal client, we never go back, okay? Once I found people that they are willing to pay my rates, I never went back. I never go back to people that they are willing to pay lower rates, because I know what is minimum in order to survive as a business, and I'm not willing to go underneath that rate. So Flavia says, I don't know how to raise my rates. I'm a bit afraid of losing their clients. So Flavia, what is the reason? First of all, you need to raise your rates, okay? Because this will help me to give you advice. Why do you want to raise your rates? And secondly, afraid of losing clients. That's a very common mistake of a mindset, okay? Because if you're really confident about the rates that you want to raise, you shouldn't be afraid of losing clients. You should be afraid of you staying stable, okay, as a business and never growing, okay? You need to have yourself and your business first, okay, and above your clients. Richard says, I haven't, but I'm considering to enroll to your fully booked translator course. Yes, definitely, Richard, book a free call with me, definitely to look if this program is for you. But what I do in the fully booked translator formula is that I help my mentees to find clients that they are willing to pay their rates, okay? If you ask the Greek translators here in Greece, they will tell you that the average rate is 3 to 1 cent per word, okay? And I have charged, okay, there are clients here in Greece Direct that I charge 20 cents, 50 cents, okay, depending on the client and the situation. So definitely it's a matter of mindset and a strategy that you need to do, because not all of the people are our clients. We need to find clients that are willing to pay our rates, okay? And I'm not bragging here, but if I made it and I was able to charge that high here in Greece and actually to find clients and make 5-figure per month here in Greece with financial crisis during the COVID, I bet that you can do it all over the world, okay? And Richard, where are you based? Let me know. But definitely you are based in a better economy than here in Greece. So if I did it, you will do it. that's a process that really works, okay? And all of my mentees, they have set their system, and that's bringing them clients. And I have had mentees that they actually got clients during my mentoring programs, and also issued invoices during the programs to the clients that they got during the program. And actually, okay, in Hungary, okay. So I have also one person that was Hungarian in my programs, okay, and they did it. So actually you can do it. And what is really important for us to know is that it doesn't matter where we are based, because our services can be addressed all over the world. And the strategies I'm teaching in my programs, they can actually be implemented all over the world. It doesn't matter if you are Hungarian, if I'm Greek, and so on, just like Flavia here, as I can see. Okay, great. So I'm going back to Flavia's question because it's really important to answer that. So Flavia, if you're here with me, let me know in the comments, why you would like to raise your rates. So what is the reason behind of that? Because it will really help me to give you an answer. I want to give you an example of a previous mentee of mine, Irene, and you can also find her video on my YouTube channel. Irene is a previous mentee of mine. I helped her to establish her freelance business. I think it was in 2017. She was many years, 20 years as an in-house translator, because here of the financial crisis, she left her in-house position. She would like to become a freelance translator in the medical sector, and I helped her with my system to become fully booked translator, and she did that in 4 weeks. We didn't even met, okay, for the 2 last meetings, because she was already fully booked, Irene. So Flavia, what is the reason why you want to raise your rates? Let me know in the comments, Flavia, why you want to raise your rates. So back to the example of my mentee that she became fully booked in 4 weeks. She came back. But why you want to raise your rates? I want to know the reason. So this mentee of mine, for example, came back to me after how many years was it? It was last year. She came back to me and she told me, I'm overwhelmed with work. Like here, I've been translating like crazy the whole day, the weekends. I cannot really do that for that amount of money. And then I told her, she's over 50. So I told her, do you have children starving right now? She told me no. So why are you afraid to actually charge the rates that you would like to charge, even 2 cents more or double your rates? And she told me, yes, you're right. So I told her, you are going from this Monday, you're going to send an email to all of your existing clients that you are telling them that you're very satisfied with working with them, but your rates, I don't know, the next month, or now, for example, it's a great time from January 2021, are going to be those. And all of her clients, I think 9 out of 10, accepted her rates, and she was still working with them. Okay, so Flavia says that she has to work a lot to make ends living, and she has the same rate since 4 years. To have the same rates for 4 years, for me, it's not a problem. The problem comes, for example, when my mentee of mine, she came back and told me, like, I'm overwhelmed. I've been working, I don't know, 10, 12 hours per day. I still work during the weekends, and I don't want to do that for example, 6 or 8 cents. I want to double my rates. I want to raise my rates, and I want to make more and work less. So if you are like my mentee, and you want to work less and earn more, then I have specific strategies you need to implement, okay? And the main one is to change your mindset. You do not need to be afraid if you are going to lose your clients. You need, first of all, okay, to be afraid of you staying stable at the same position and the same money, or okay, forever, and actually never growing. So are you keep going to be afraid of losing your clients, or you are willing actually to make sure that you will raise your rates and you will make the future as you want it, okay? And you will work the hours that you want, and you will make the money that you want. So for me, this is the answer here. You need, first of all, okay, to realize that you do not need to be afraid of losing clients, okay? Because clients, first of all, are everywhere. And by implementing what I've been teaching to my free masterclasses and also my mentoring programs, you have no problem of losing clients. And even if you're going to lose those clients, you will find, okay, more clients, other clients that will be willing to pay your rates. Our clients are everywhere. Okay, this is something that you need to have very clear in your mind. And secondly, if you're a good translator, you will find more clients that they will be willing to pay your rates. A very safe way that you can actually raise your rates by not losing your clients, Flavia, is whenever you get one new client, you raise your rate 1 cent or 2 cents, okay, per new clients. I don't mean every week, okay? I mean every time that you get a stable, big client of yours, you can actually charge them 1 cent more. That way, by the end of the year, you will have, I think, 3 or 4 cents higher rates, okay, based on the clients that you have got. Is that clear up to now? So I already said with you two different strategies that I have implemented with my mentees, and both of them, they work really fine if you want to raise your rates without losing clients. Both of the strategies can be implemented. Flavia, have I answered your question? Was that clear to you, how to raise your rates without losing your clients? Okay, let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments if I was clear, okay, about my 2 strategies, how to raise your rates without losing clients. I definitely recommend you to go back and watch my mentees video on my YouTube channel, Irene. If I find it, I will share it here with you. So let me check if I can share here my screen, because today I have many issues, technical issues. Okay, no, it doesn't work. Okay. So I cannot share my screen. Yes, thank you. Clear. Great, Flavia. If you're going to implement any of those strategies, let me know in the comments, okay? I would love to have you all in my programs, because what's different, okay, in my programs, it's not a course. I'm not teaching you things and I leave you there, okay, to implement them on your own. We are implementing together what I'm telling you to do, okay? So I'm holding your hand. You are doing it with me every week, okay? Richard, Flavia, Christina, I'm with you the whole duration of the program. So I see the results of your work. And if something doesn't work, I'm there to readjust your strategy and make it work for you, your business, and your clients. So it's very clear for you to know that. So the last question for me is how to charge direct clients. And I told you that you can find your rate, okay, based on your living expenses and your competition rates. But definitely you need to have higher rates from those that you charge agencies. And you need to have in mind that when we charge our direct clients, we usually charge 2 or 3 times the rate of a translator, freelance translator. Let me know if that's clear with you. And if you have any questions, I would love to address your questions. The last question I've got is how to negotiate rates if I don't want to lose the client. And this is very common issue I deal with again. So when you negotiate rates and you're quoting for a new client and you don't want to lose them, why not to ask them for their budget first? So instead of losing time going back and forth and they see your quote and they disappear, why not to actually ask them for their budget at first? I think based on my experience, 7 out of the 10 times they will suggest you a budget even higher of the one that you had in mind at first. So definitely it's a very clever way to ask for their budget, because also it shows that you take into consideration their financial situation, okay, and the budget available. And secondly, most of the times the budget available they have is even higher of the budget that you had in mind to charge them. Okay, so the next time that you get a new client and you do not know how much to charge and you wouldn't like to lose them, ask them for their budget first. Okay, and then I have several about pricing lives in the Mentoring for Translators group, in the Ask Your Mentor Anything lives that I've been doing the interviews, where we are sharing many interesting details about how to quote a project, for example, in order to be accepted for your clients, how to show your value to your clients and have your quote and your prices accepted, because most of the times the clients, they do not accept our rates, first of all, because they are not our ideal clients, okay? Secondly, because we are overcharging or undercharging. Okay. Third, and very important, we do not show to our clients the value, what is included in that price, because they say translation. It's not only translation. And the main problem I see to my mentees is they charge per word. Do not charge per word your ideal clients, okay? Your direct clients. Per word charging is only for agencies. The next time you're going to charge and quote Christina, for example, or all of you that you want to enter the direct clients market, you need to charge per project, per perceived value, what other services are included, because you're going to work for direct clients. You're not going to deliver just a translation. You need to have someone to review that project or proofread that project, or even if you're going to do it on your own, you need to include that specific hours, okay, for proofreading your own work, then administration work, okay, invoicing time, everything should be included in that specific project, and makes clear to your clients what is the value that you provide, the perceived value to them also, and the whole structure of the services that are included in such a specific price. So I think most of the times the reasons why our rates are not accepted, first of all, is because we address our services to people that they are not our dear clients. Secondly, because we do not know how much we should charge. And third, because we do not do it in a professional way. We do not create a code, okay, based on professional standards that they should include information specifically, okay, so the services that are included in that specific rate. And we go and charge their clients per word, which is a very, very common mistake, and I totally recommend you to avoid that. Do not charge your direct clients per word, okay? Charge them per value, per project. Ideally, have a packet of services to offer them, and ideally have 3 different rates, okay, for them based on the services that you include. Let me know in the comments if you have more questions about today's topic. That was it for me. It was a really short exercise. What you need to do right now, go to the Mentoring for Translators group and download the spreadsheet, okay, to create your own rates. Secondly, let me know if you have any questions in the comments. And for those that you didn't attend the free exercise about how to target your ideal client and ideal client avatar, go back, okay, in the Web Strategy Facebook group, okay, find the video from last Tuesday to actually identify your target market. Download the 33 pages worksheet where I include also exercises that they will help you to set up your own rates. I hope that you find this helpful today. Let me know if you have more questions about this topic. I would love to answer them. I will follow up also in the group, and make sure that tomorrow you have 2 hours available. It's a 90 minutes masterclass, okay, Wednesday, tomorrow. I wish you happy holidays and a holy week. Even though we are here in a holy week in Greece and we have Christmas on Friday, I'm with you every day, and I will be with you live tomorrow for the masterclass. On Thursday, to ask me anything about the Fully Booked Translator formula or the things I'm going to teach on masterclass, and I will have some guests for you. And I would love to have you in the Fully Booked for Translator formula. If you're still thinking of that, Richard, or any of you, book a call with me to find out, or just click on the link and enroll for the program. As soon as you enroll for the program, you will receive an email with more details and how it's going to work for us. You're welcome. Very insightful as always. You're welcome, Garvin. Thank you so much. Gavin, I hope that I pronounced right the name. Okay. You're welcome, all of you. Let me know if you have questions. That's really helpful. I always charge per word. Even direct clients, I'll charge per project from now on. Thank you. Of course, Christina, don't make the same mistake, okay? That's really clear, Virginia. Thank you. You're welcome, my namaste. This is very common mistake, Christina. You need to find a way, okay, and a formula that works for all your own clients. Merry Christmas to you, Flavia, but I will be with you tomorrow and on Thursday, so I hope that you will be with me here as well. Even if I feel very, very tired, my voice has closed, I intend to be live with you every day to answer your questions. You're welcome, Barbara. I hope that you found helpful my answers here. Glad you find it inspiring, Rosa. You're welcome, Rosa, and glad to have you here. Don't lose the masterclass tomorrow, okay? This is going to be a hands-on training, okay? And I'm going to share free resources during the masterclass, okay? Plus the 33 pages worksheet that will help you step by step to create your own strategy, and includes also pages and exercise about your pricing strategies. Let me know in the meantime if you have any questions, and if you watch the recording anytime, you are more than welcome to tag me in the comments, okay? And if you have any questions, I will come back to you during this week, okay? See you tomorrow for the masterclass. 5 p.m. Central European Time. Make 2 hours, okay, available for the masterclass to make the most out of it, okay? Watch the previous lives, exercises from last week. In the group, you will find how to set up SMART goals, how to identify your target market, and how to create your unique selling proposition so as to be prepared for tomorrow's masterclass. And on Thursday, I will have a Q&A session for all of you to answer all of your questions, both for the free masterclass and the Fully Booked Translator formula that starts late January, okay, and the enrollment process ends on Thursday, okay? On Thursday 24th, I accept people in my program so as to make sure that I will create, okay, the best way this program for you based on your own needs, tailored to your needs. I will send you questionnaires to ask you about your background and what you want to achieve through my program, and I will create all the program and the modules based on your needs. I'm talking about the Fully Booked Translator formula that starts January next year, okay? See you tomorrow at the masterclass. Bye-bye for now. See you in the group.